hold on to cash or pay down mortgage? For the last few years, I have been aggressively paying down my home mortgage. If I continue at this rate, I would have it paid off in 2 years. Looking forward, I have some uncertainty about whether or not I will have to move houses in the next few years. I started diverting extra house funds from my mortgage to another account to start saving for a down payment on my next home. If I decide to stay put, I figure I could pay off the mortgage with a lump sum if I moved. I would be able to have the option to hold on to my current residence as a rental. I'm comfortable with the amounts that I have been saved for retirement and have no other debts. Throwing extra money in my mortgage has been my way of preventing lifestyle creep and keeping myself eating rice and beans. Several times now, I have almost spent some of this extra money. The strategy does not work if I spend it. I don't really like the idea of locking it up in CDs or bonds. Any advice on how to protect it from my... So, in most cases, usually the rule of thumb is, you have 3 to 6 months of, budgeting for your emergency fund. In your case, if you have that already, that's great. The next aspect that you should be thinking about is like, hey, what is one of your assets that's probably like creeping up on you, and that's your mortgage. So that's one of your asset as well as your loan, your biggest loan. So my advice is, as someone who's more risk averse, is to actually like pay it off as quickly as possible. You never know, especially during times like this where you might, God forbid, it can happen. You might lose your job. So yeah, so if you have it paid off, it's usually better because it makes it a lot easier for you to once you have it paid off, then you don't have to worry about, God forbid, if you lose your job, because the expenses then will be a lot more minimal. You only have to pay property taxes. You'll have to only pay like utilities, maybe insurance. So it becomes a lot more feasible when you have it paid off than when you have a mortgage as well, if you lose your job, God forbid. And the other aspect of it is that I did like to see is that you did think about like maybe renting it, which is also an important thing where you could consider. That's usually how people build up their how they actually build up their value of their home. So essentially, sometimes you don't even need to sell off your home. What you could do is essentially refi your home after you've paid it off, and then use that loan to buy another house and then rent it to just pay off the loan, which is a very common strategy that many people do to actually like not only keep their home, continue to pay itself, but also you have a new home that you can actually start just paying off yourself. But overall, I would say definitely think about your next strategy, whether you want to move into a single family home, maybe move into a duplex, maybe like a 2-family home or a multi-family home, and that could even help you even more, because rent is a very powerful tool you can use on top of your income.